Hey everyone, welcome to the Simplilearn channel, and today we are having a quiz on C++. We would request you to bear with us as we wait for few more minutes for people to join the stream. Also, to take part in the quiz, it is highly recommended to use the mobile phone and visit the website www.menti.com and use the code that is mentioned on the screen. You can use a different tab on the browser to take part in the quiz as well. So, if you want to be a successful C++ programmer, which better way to test your knowledge than to take a quiz? We will be proceeding with the quiz soon. Let's wait for a few more people to join before we begin. Be sure to stick around till the end of the quiz for a chance to win Amazon vouchers if you are one of the top 3 winners while we wait for others. If you'll be the winners of top 3, you'll get the Amazon vouchers worth rupees 500 to 1000. While we wait for others to join, let's take a quick look at what C++ programming language is, why we use C++ programming language, features of C++ language, and applications of C++ programming. To take part in the quiz, it is highly recommended to use your mobile phone to visit the website www.menti.com and use the code that is mentioned. The code is available on the screen. You can also use a different tab on your browser to take part in the quiz. But our live stream will be broadcasting the results as soon as the answers are given by the participants. So it's beneficial to have both the screens visible at the same time. Once you open the link and input the code, just wait for the quiz to start and be ready to answer the questions. The quicker you answer, the more points you'll get. So be sure to think fast and click faster. So now we are going to wait for few more minutes to let other people join before starting our quiz today. Meanwhile, let's understand what C++ is. So C++ is a general purpose cross-platform intermediate level programming language that was created as a more advanced version of the C computer language. C++ was developed by John Strostrup in 1979. When John started his work on C with classes, that is the previous name of C++ by the way, it was designed to be a superset of the C programming language. His goal was to incorporate object-oriented programming features into the C programming language. Virtual functions, operator overloading, constants, single-line comments, and other features were added in 1982. The language's name is also changed from C with classes to C++. C is an intermediate level programming language. It is described as an intermediate level language because it has both high level and low level features. The C++ language had 4 major updates in 2011, 2014, 2017 and 2020. In C++ 11, there were plenty of new features expanding the standard library and giving C++ programmers more options. C++ 14 was released in 2014 with minor updates to C++. In C++ 17, various features were added: variable declaration, if and switch, nested namespaces, fold expression, etc. Now, let's understand why we use C++ language. So C++ is an object-oriented programming language that offers programs a clear structure and promotes code reuse, which reduces development costs. C++ is portable programming language that may be used to create applications that run on a variety of systems. You can learn to program in C++ from the roots up. You have to explain what you do in which helps you gain a better understanding of C++ language. C++ will teach you a variety of concepts such as dynamic libraries, efficient memory management, pointers, and much more. Now, coming to features of C++. There are various features of C++, so let's have a look at them. First is rich library. C++ provides users with a large number of built-in libraries that aid in the development of software in a more efficient and effective manner. Such libraries can be accessed by anyone simply using the right header files. Second is memory management. It is basically allocating memory space to application in order to improve performance. C++ has dynamic memory allocation, which allows you to free and allocate memory at any time. C++ is fast and powerful language. In terms of speed, it outperforms all other programming languages. C++ is powerful programming language that supports variety of approaches, including procedural programming, object-oriented programming, functional programming, etc. It also has a large number of data types, functions, and operators. Operating systems, browsers, games, and other applications can also be created as a result. C++ is platform independent. So C++ is platform dependent. Its programs are machine independent, which means they can run on a variety of machines with little or no changes. But it is not platform independent. Therefore, programs can only be run on the platform on which they were written and compiled. C++ is an object-oriented programming language, which means it has both object-oriented properties that enable easier maintenance and development. Inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism are the concepts of object-oriented programming. Now moving on to applications of C++. First is graphics. C++ is a high-performance and fast programming language that is ideal for 3D animation, image processing, and modeling as well. So C++ is used for operating system as well. All operating systems including Microsoft, Windows, Macintosh, Linux are written in C++. Because it is strictly type and fast programming language, that is why it is preferred. C++ is also used to create databases and database management systems such as MySQL, Redis, and Oracle. Many top-tier IT organizations including Google and Wikipedia rely on these softwares. C++ is used to create embedded system. C++ is the principal programming language used in a variety of embedded devices including medical machines, smartwatches, and many more. It is also used to create compilers. C++ are used as back-end programming languages. Because C++ is a low-level language, it is more closely related to the hardware. As a result, it is used as a back-end component in the compilation system of newer and modern programming languages. C++ is used for browsers. To ensure that users do not have to wait for the content to appear on the screen, rendering engines must execute faster. And since C++ has a faster execution time, it aids in development of browser rendering engines. All the major browsers, including Google Chrome, Mozilla, and others, were supported by C++. Alright, so let's start with the C++ quiz now. Also, to take part in the quiz, it is highly recommended to use your mobile phone to visit the website. The website is mentioned like www.menti.com and use the code that is mentioned. The code is available on the screen as well, as we can see. You can also use a different tab on your browser to take part in the quiz, but our live stream will be broadcasting the results as soon as the answers are given by the participants. So it's beneficial to have both the screens visible at the same time. Once you open the link and input the code, just wait for the quiz to start and be ready to answer the questions. The quicker you answer, the more points you'll get, so be sure to think fast and click faster. Then only you'll get to the top of the leaderboard. Again guys, www.menti.com, you have to visit there and put the code over there which is mentioned on the screen. Alright, then let's start with our first question. So which one of the following is not a member of the class? A. Virtual function, B. Static function, C. Friend function, or D. Constant function. Make sure to click faster and think faster as well. We have like 12 seconds left. Virtual function, static function, friend function, or constant function. Time is up. Now let's see. 14 people managed to give the right answer. So friend function. Yeah. C, friend function is the correct option. The friend function is not a class member. A friend function is just a function that is declared outside of a class, but can access the class private and protected members. They have the same access permissions as the class member, but they aren't true class members, whereas virtual function, static function, and constant function are the class members. Now let's have a look at the leaderboards. Anmol is at the top position. Prachi is at the second position. Dr. Centipede is at the third position, and Harshit is at fourth position. Alright guys, so now we can go ahead to the second question. Time's up guys. So let's have a look at the correct option. So as we can see, both A and B is the correct option. So yeah, write function and read function, both A and B, that is the correct option, because read function is used to access the file and write function is used to modify or edit the data of the file. So that is why option D is the correct option. Now let's have a look at the leaderboards. So as we can see, Anmol was at the first position. Now Harshit is at the first position. Alright, Prachi is at the second position, and Dr. Centipede is again at the third position. Very well guys. Now let's move on to the third question. So how can we restrict the dynamic allocation of objects of a class using new? Options are by making an empty private new and new operators, B by making an empty private new operator, C by overloading new operator, or D by overloading new operator or new operators. Make sure to answer faster. Then only you will get elevated to the first position of the leaderboard. I think everyone has voted, and by making an empty private new and new operator, that is option A, and majority of the people have managed to give the right answer, that is 11 people have give the right answer. So yeah, option A, by making an empty private new and new operator. The new and delete operator in C++ permit dynamic allocation and deallocation of objects. The heap is a pool of memory that these operators use to allocate memory for objects. The special function operator new is called by the new operator, whereas the special function operator delete is called by the delete operator. So if we will declare the empty private new and the new operator, then the objects cannot be created, or we can say restricted within the class as well as outside the class. So very well. Now let's have a look at the leaderboard. Now Khushi is at third position, I think. Again, Khushi is at third position. Harshit is at second position, and Prachi has given the fastest answer. All right, very well, guys. Now moving on to the question number 4. Which of the following is true about this pointer? A. It is passed as a hidden argument to all function calls. B. It is passed as a hidden argument to all static functions. C. It is passed as a hidden argument to all the non-static function calls. Or D. None of the above. We have to select which is true about this pointer. Keep in mind, guys, you'll have to think as well as pick the correct option. So everyone has voted and 8 people has managed to give the right answer. That is option C. So all non-static member function calls receive the this pointer as a hidden parameter, and it is available as local variable within the body of all non-static functions. The memory address of the current object is held by the this pointer, which is a constant pointer. The this reference is not available because static member function can be called without specifying an object. So yeah, guys, this is the correct option. Now let's look at the leaderboard. Prachi again gave the fastest answer. She's at position 1, Khushi is at position 2, and Anmol at position 3. Harshit has shifted to position down now. Alright. Now moving on to the 5th question. So operator overloading is done with the help of a special function called dash, which describes the special task of an operator. You have to select what comes inside that dash. A. Operator function, B. Overloading function, C. Detail function, or D. Special task function. Be quick, guys. If you want to join the quiz, guys, www.menti.com, you can visit there and put the code which is mentioned. And I think the time is almost over. So time's up. Now let's see. Operator function, 13 people managed to give the right answer. Very well. Alright. Now Prachi is again at position 1, Anmol at position 2, Centipede has, or Khushi has maintained his or her position. So very well, guys. Harshit is at position 7th or 8th. Sid is at position 5th. Very well, guys. You can also elevate to the first or second or third position. Right. Now question number 6. What is the correct syntax for including a user-defined header file in C++? As we can see options, hash include, myfile.h. So there are minor changes with the syntax as we can see. So you have to select the correct way of writing the header file in C++. It's a bit complex, but yeah, 8 people managed to give the right answer. Alright. So 8 people managed to give the right answer, that is hash include myfile with double quotes. So yeah, guys, C is the correct option. To include a user-defined header file in C++, quotation marks are used. That is .h extensions are used for user-defined header files. to include a user-defined header file, one should use hash include name.h, that is enclosed within the double quotes. So now let's have a look at the leaderboard again. Alright, I think this time Harshit has managed to give the fastest answer, and but Prachi is still at position 1, and Array has managed to secure position number 2. Congratulations, Array. Alright, now let's move on to the next question, that is question number 7. Be quick guys, then only you can elevate to the first position. So select the wrong option. You have to select the wrong option over here. Options are A, void is used when the function does not return a value. B, void is also used when the value of a pointer is null. C, void is used as a base type for pointers to objects of unknown type. Or D, void is a special type. We have to select the wrong option over here. Keep in mind guys. We have 5 seconds left. Time's up. Alright. Now 10 people managed to give the right answer, that is option B. Alright guys, so yeah, option B, that is void is also used when the value of a pointer is null, is the correct option. And the rest of the option is true in terms of void. Alright, now let's see. I think this time Sid is fastest. Alright, Khushi is now at position 2, very well. Prachi again is at position 1. She's in good touch today. Okay. Alright. Now question number 8. Alright, which of the following statements is not true about preprocessor directives? Option A, they begin with a hash symbol. Option B, they do not produce code by themselves. C, they end with a semicolon. D, these must be written on a single line. Which of the following statement is not true? Keep in mind guys, not true. That is false about preprocessor directives. We have to select that statement. So here we go. Time's up and 15 people managed to give the right answer. Very well guys. So yeah, that is option C is correct. The preprocessor directive don't use semicolons. This is because they use a line break to delimit statements. This means that you cannot have multiple directives per line. Right? Now let's have a look. Right? Yeah. Very well, Prachi is at position 1, Khushi is at position 2, Array is at position 3. Now we have to move on to the next question guys. That is question number 9. Be quick guys. So what will happen when a structure is declared? Alright. Option A, it will allocate the memory. B, it won't allocate any memory. C, it is declared and initialized. D, none of the above. We have enough time for that. So let's see who will answer fastest. Guys, if you want to join the quiz, www.menti.com, you have to visit there and put the code which is mentioned. Right guys, time's up. Let's see. 7 people give the right answer, that is it won't allocate any memory. That is right. So the structure will not be initialized as long as it is declared. As a result, no RAM will be allocated. Memory is allocated only when a structure instance is created until no memory is required. So let's have a look at the leaderboard again. Right. Wow, array is now at position 1. Very well, array. And Sid is at position 2. Prachi has shifted to position 3. Harshit is at position 4. Kush is at position 5. Alright, guys. There is a major shifting over here. Very well, guys. Now, let's move to the next question. Question number 10. So, what happens to a function defined in a class without any complex operation like loop, etc.? So option A, it becomes a virtual function of a class. B, this becomes a default function of a class. C, this becomes an inline function of a class. D, the program displays an error. Make sure to select the correct option as fast as you can. What happens to a function defined in class without any complex operation? This is the question, and everyone has voted. Wow. Alright, so 15 people managed to give the right answer, which is the majority. And let's see. Very well. Array is again at position 1, Sid is at position 2, and Prachi is at position 3. Alright, Anmol has managed to give the fastest answer. Very well, Anmol. Now, a quick reminder, guys, top 3 scorers can send your screenshots after the quiz ends. So, whosoever will come to the first 3 positions will be sending the screenshots to YouTube contest@simplylearn.net, and then you'll receive your Amazon voucher. So, you can either click a picture or you can make a screenshot of that. Then you'll have to mail at YouTube contest@simplylearn.net. Only the top 3 scorers, guys. In the end, whosoever becomes the top 3 scorers, they'll have to send the screenshot at this mail. Alright, guys, so I hope you understand how to do that. Now, let's move on to question number 11. Alright, so pick the right statement about string objects in C++. Alright, a string object must be terminated by a null character. B, string objects have a static size. C, string objects use more memory than necessary. D, string objects have a dynamic size. Wait, guys, come on, let's pick up the right answer now. Let's do a major shuffling over here in the next leaderboard. We have to pick the right statement, and here we go. 9 people managed, which is the majority. Very well, guys. Okay, so yeah, D option, that is string objects have a dynamic size, is the correct option. So because string objects are dynamic in nature, their size vary depending on the value. So they do not exceed the required size, and the null character is not required at the conclusion. Alright, guys. Now let's see the leaderboard. So array is at position 1, Sid is at position 2. There is no major shifting now. All of the folks have maintained their position very well. Question number 12. Alright, guys, try to answer faster. Which function is used to get the length of a string in C++? A, str.length. B, str.size. C, the two functions size and length. D, str.maxSize. This is a pretty easy question, I believe, and I hope that most of the folks try to manage the correct option. So time's up. Yeah. So here we go. So 6 people managed to give the correct option. Majority of them gave the option A, which is not correct. So the correct option is C, that is the two functions size and length. So yes guys, size and length are used to get the size of a string in C++. You can use both to get the length of the string. It is entirely up to you whether to use length function or the size function. Let's see. Harshita is at position 3 now. Khushi has shifted to position 4. Arya again has maintained the first position. Sid is at position 2. Alright guys. Next is 13th question. So operator overloading is A. Making new C++ operators. B. Giving new meaning to existing C++ operators. C. Giving C++ operators more than they can handle. D. Making C++ operators work with objects. Make sure to answer quickly, then only you can elevate to positions 1, 2 and 3. Top scorers will get the Amazon voucher guys, so make sure to pick the correct option. So time's up. Let's see. 16 people managed to give the right answer, giving a new meaning to existing C++ operator. That is option B. So yeah, giving new meaning to existing C++ operators, we can change the behavior of operators for user-defined types like objects and structures in C++. This is known as operator overloading. An overloaded declaration is one that has the same name as previously declared declaration in the same scope, but with different arguments and clearly clearly different definitions. So option B is the correct option. Now let's see. Kushi has managed to give the fastest answer, and Harsh is at position 3, Sid is at position 2, Array is again at position 1. Very well guys. Akshay Sobti is at position 7th I guess. And alright. Question number 14 guys. So if you want to override the constructor default values for an object you are initiating, you must also override A. All parameters to the left of the value, all parameters to the right of the value. C. All other parameters to that constructor. D. No other parameters to that constructor. Come on guys. Try to manage to give the correct option now. Five seconds left, I believe. And here we go. Time's up. Alright. So option A, majority have given the right answer. Very well guys. So yeah, option A, that is all parameters to the left of the value. So in this case, in order to override default values of a constructor, we must override all parameters to the left of the value. So yeah guys, option A is correct. Let's have a look at the leaderboard now. I believe there will be a major shuffling now. Let's see. Mole has given the fastest answer. Array is at position 1, Sid is at position 2, Harshit is at position 3, Khushi is at position 4, Prachi is at position 5. Okay guys, now let's move on to the next question, that is question number 15. So be quick guys, which of the following statement is valid? We can create new C++ operators. B. We can change the precedence of the C++ operator. C. We can change the associativity of the C++ operator. D. We cannot change operator templates. So we have to select the valid statement, which is right. The other three options would be wrong, or we can say not valid. We have to select the valid statement out of these options. Come on guys, we can do this. Right, time's up, guys. So now we can see very well, guys. Most of the folks managed to give the right answer, that is D. We cannot change the operator templates is the only valid statement. The rest of the statements are not valid. All right. Let's have a look at leaderboards now. As you can see, Khushi managed to give the fastest answer now. All right, very well, Khushi. Now, let's move on to the next question again. Question number 16. Be quick, guys. Try to answer as soon as you can and pick the correct option. So, if inner catch handler is not able to handle the exception, then A. Program terminates abnormally. B. Compiler will look for outer try handler. C. Compiler will check for appropriate catch handler outer try block. D. None of the above. You'll have to select the correct option. You have to fill the gap in the end. So yeah, guys, let's do this. Time's up and let's have a look. Option C. Compiler will check for appropriate catch handler of outer try block. It is the correct option. If inner catch handler is not able to handle the exception, then compiler will check for appropriate catch handler of outer try block. Alright, very well. Now let's have a look at leaderboard again. Again, Khushi has given the fastest answer and the positions are maintained, I believe. Okay. Question number 17. So in nested try block, if inner catch handler gets executed, then dash. We'll have to fill the dash. Okay. A outer catch handler will also get executed. Program execution stops immediately. Compiler will jump to outer catch handler and then execute remaining executable statements of main. D. Compiler will execute remaining executable statements of outer try block and then the main function. So it's a bit complex. We'll have to read the complete options. So yeah, guys, try to do that. Let's see how many will able to give the right option. Select the right option. Very well. It was not expected, but yeah, very well, guys. 14 people managed to give the right answer. That is option D. So in nested try block, if inner catch handler gets executed, then the compiler will execute remaining executable statements of outer try block and then the main function. So very well, guys. Now let's have a look at the leaderboard. Most of the people have managed to give the right answer. Khushi has given the right answer, correct, the fastest answer, I would say, and has shifted to position 3. Very well. Harshit is shifted to position 4. Alright, question number 18. So yeah, in nested try blocks, if both inner and outer catch handlers are not able to handle the exception, then dash. So option A, compiler executes only executable statements of main. B, compiler issues compile time errors about it. C, program will be terminated abnormally. D, program will be executed without any interruption. In nested try block, if both inner and outer catch handler are not able to handle the exception, then keep in mind, guys. Alright, time's up, guys. Let's have a look. Option C. Very well, guys. Majority has given the right answer. So if no inner outer catch handler is available to handle the exception, then as usual the program will show abnormal behavior. Let's have a look at the leaderboards now. Very well said. Harshit has given the fastest answer. Wow. Alright, shifted Khushi to the 4th position and managed to reclaim the third position. Very well. Array is at position 1 again, as usual, and Sid is at position 2. Prachi is at position now 6th or 7th. And alright, guys, let's move on to the next question. That is question number 19. So, in case of inheritance, where both base and derived class are having constructor, when an object of derived class is created, then options are on the screen. A constructor of derived class will be invoked first, constructor of base class will be invoked first, constructor of base class will be executed first and followed by derived class. D, constructor of derived class will be executed first followed by the base class. So it will be a lengthy question, I would say. Alright, let's see. We'll give the correct option. Select the correct option. Alright. So 9 people managed to give the correct option. Very well, guys. So yeah, option C, that is constructor of base class will be executed first followed by derived class. So when you derive something from a base class, you are actually deriving all of the base class members, but none of them exist until a memory region is assigned to them, because the base members are a part of the base class. They can only be stored in memory by the base class constructor. As a result, when you deduce them, they should already exist. As a result, the constructor of the base class will be executed first, followed by the derived class. Alright, guys. Let's see what the leaderboard says. Akshay Sobti. Very well, Akshay. Right. Array again managed to give the fastest answer. Very well. Array is at position 1 again. Question number 20, guys. So when a child class inherits traits from more than one parent class, this type of inheritance is called dash inheritance. It is pretty easy question, and I hope everyone would select the right option. Let's hope everyone managed to select the correct option. When a child class inherits from more than one parent class, this type of inheritance is called multiple inheritance. Yeah, guys. Option A is the correct option. So multiple inheritance occurs when a class inherits from more than one base classes. So the class can inherit features from multiple base classes using multiple inheritance. This is an important feature of object-oriented programming language such as C++. Right? Let's see the leaderboard now. Wow, very well, guys. Let's see. Anmol managed to give the fastest answer. Very well, Anmol. And there is no shifting, I would say, of the position. Alright. 21 question. Alright. Let's see. So 21st question is, what is the difference between protected and private access specifier in inheritance? Option A, private member is not inheritable and not accessible in derived class. B, protected member is inheritable and also accessible in derived class. Option C, both are inheritable but private and accessible in the derived class. D, both are inheritable but protected is not accessible in the derived class. Again, a lengthy question. Let's see how many people will give the correct option. Everyone has voted and managed to give the right answer. Like 8 people managed to give the right answer, which is option B. So protected member is inheritable and also accessible in derived class. It is the difference between protected and private access specifier in inheritance. In C++, there are 3 access specifiers, as we know, that public, whose members can be accessed from anywhere, and then private, whose members cannot be accessed or viewed from outside of the class. Then there is protected, whose members cannot be accessed from outside of the class. However, they can be accessed in inherited class only. So yeah, guys, option B is the correct option. So now let's have a look at the leaderboard again. Array is the fastest. Sid is at position 2. Harsh is at position 3. Khushi is at position 4. Very well. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Let's hope now the shuffling of position will take place now. I hope so. Alright. So class X, class Y and class Z are derived from class base. This is dash inheritance. It is a pretty easy question. So I hope most of the folks would be able to give the correct option. Let's hope. A multiple, B multi-level, C hierarchical, D single inheritance. It is pretty easy question, I would say. And we have enough time to answer this. Make sure to answer as quickly as you can, because then only you can shift to the first position, guys. So everyone has voted and 10 people managed to give the right answer. Very well, guys. So yeah, C, hierarchical inheritance. So basically a type of inheritance is in which more than one class is inherited from a single parent or base class. So this type of inheritance is called hierarchical inheritance. Especially those features which are common in the parent class is also common with the base class. So in this question, option C is the correct. Hierarchical inheritance is the correct option. Alright guys, now let's have a look at the leaderboard. Sid, Harshit, Khushi, Prachi, Akshay Sobti, Miro, Rajkumar B is out, Ankit Bajpai. Khushi has managed to give the fastest answer. Very well, Khushi. There is no major shuffling now, as we can see. No problem. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 23. Be quick, guys. Which of the following is used to release the dynamically allocated memory in CPP or C++? Remove, B delete, C free, D both B and C. So which of the following operator is used to release the dynamically allocated memory of C++? Very well, guys. Everyone has voted before the time. 10 people have voted for delete, 6 people for free. So yeah, I can see the confusion over here, but yeah. Option B, that is delete, is the correct option. Delete is used to release the dynamically allocated memory in C++. A delete operator is used to deallocate the memory space that is dynamically created during the runtime on a C++ program using the new operator. Calloc and malloc functions and so on, like that. In other words, the delete operator is used to remove array and non-array pointer objects from heap. So yeah guys, second option, that is delete, is the correct option. Let's have a look at the leaderboard now. So Khushi has given the fastest answer, as we can see. Harshit at position 3, Sid is at position 2 and Array is at position 1. Very well guys. Now let's move on to the next question. That is question number 24. This is the second last question. Be quick as you can so that you can acquire the first third positions. First 3 positions, whosoever will get the first 3 positions will get Amazon vouchers from us. So let's have a look at question number 24. Dash is the feature of OOP and mechanism that binds together code and data it manipulates and keeps both safe from outside world. It is very easy question. It is a question from OOP's concept. So yeah guys, I hope you would be able to give the correct answer. So A, data binding, B, data encapsulation, C, data abstraction, D, data sorting. Let's hope the answers, most of the answers are right. Let's hope that. Now time is up guys. Let's have a look. Alright, 12 people have selected data encapsulation and 5 people have selected the correct option, which is data abstraction. Yeah, I can understand. So that in data encapsulation we basically binds together code and data together. And data abstraction, we basically hide those parts which are not relevant for the users and show which is relevant for them. So abstraction is a feature of OOP and mechanism that binds together code, and it manipulates and keep both of them safe from outside world. All right. Now let's have a look at the leaderboard. Array has given the fastest answer. Sid is at position 2, Harshit at position 3, Khushi is at position 4. Very well, guys. So there is no shuffling again. All right. Now coming to the last question, that is 25th question. All right, guys. I hope everyone will select the correct option because it is the last question, I would say, and it is easy. Which among these is more effective while calling the C++ functions? A. Call by object, B. Call by reference, C. Call by pointer, or D. Call by value. Again, which among these is more effective while calling the C++ functions? So you have to pick the correct option now. A. Call by object, B. Call by reference, C. Call by pointer, or D. Call by reference. So everyone has voted. Very well, guys. 10 people managed to give the right answer. 2 people have selected call by object. 4 people have selected call by pointer. All right. So yeah, B option, that is call by reference. So instead of duplicating the value to new memories, the call by reference just sends the reference of the memory address of the past values, which saves time and memory. So yeah, option B is the right option. And whosoever has selected, congratulations, guys. Now let's have a look at the leaderboard. Let's see who are our top 3 scorers who have managed to gain the position of top 3. Harshit has given the fastest answer. So Array has acquired the first position, I would say. And congratulations, Array. Very well. And Sid is at position 2 and Harshit is at position 3. So congratulations, guys. And with that, we have come to the end of this quiz. So as you all can see, top 3 scorers can send your screenshots to YouTube contest@simplylearn.net. So you have to send the screenshot to this mail to receive your Amazon vouchers. So keep in mind, guys, then only you can get the Amazon vouchers if you'll mail your screenshot to this mail. So with that, we have come to the end of this quiz, guys. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and keep learning.